people have very selective memories when it comes to this type of thing.
Right.
Because
it's short memories.
Yeah. Short and selective.
Yeah.
Like, people are saying that Kanye and Kyrie are being punished to an egregious level and it's unfair and they're being picked on and bullied. Or somehow they don't remember how Roger Sterling, a Jewish guy, was caught using racial slurs, non-publicly, mind you, in a secretly recorded phone call. Not to say that it's any less horrible.
Right. But it's a little different than espousing an ideology over and over and over on a bunch of different huge
on a bunch of different platforms.
Yeah.
He got kicked out of the NBA permanently and had to sell his team.
Right.
Kanye got to keep Yeezy. Like his brand, he still owns the Yeezy brand. He can go and manufacture it himself. I mean, he tried going to Skechers. That didn't work out. But I'm saying he still got to, keep the brand and so forth. Roger Sterling lost everything. I mean, he didn't lose it. He sold the team, but he was banned from ever buying another NBA team again. And I can guarantee you that he can't buy an NFL team or a baseball team or the owner of the Suns.
Because I was just having a huge argument with AD about this. Not like an argument, but we were just going back and forth. Because he said that. He said, they don't do this shit to white people. I'm like, bro, are you fucking serious? I'm like, Megyn Kelly was one of the most popular anchors on NBC, and she got fired because she said something like, is blackface really that big a deal?
Right.
Stupid question from a somewhat stupid person. I don't want to fully go in on Megyn Kelly. She's all right, but like, it's like a pretty dumb question, but like really she was just asking a question. She lost her whole career. She got kicked off NBC. I was just I brought up Paula Deen as an example. They didn't catch her saying that N-word. They got her to say that she said the N-word when she was younger. TV show canceled. I'm sorry. This shit is just the same. They're taking the playbook that they've been consistently using against white people for not a long time, but past 5-10 years or whatever. And now it's kind of being flipped and people are using it against famous black celebrities.
Roseanne Barr.
Another example.
Example. A Jewish woman who was going back and forth with a woman who happened to be biracial, who she didn't know was biracial. She said, I didn't know she was black, which when you look at her, you can kind of see, you can kind of understand, but she called her like, oh, she's a mix between the Muslim Brotherhood and the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. Boom. Dropped. Her show was dropped that same day by the black CEO of the TV company that she was working for.
It's like a brand new hit show.
Done.
Gone. Yeah.
Done. Yeah. Forever. She hasn't been back since. The owner of the Suns, in a report, they're saying that he used the N-word and so forth, had to sell his entire team right then and there. Because remember, originally he was just supposed to be suspended for a year and fined like $5 million. LeBron spoke up and said, this is bullshit. The NBA came and reversed their stance and said, no, on second thought, you're permanently banned and you have to sell your teams. So this happens all across the board. At the end of the day, if you did a tweet that said, tomorrow I'm going to go DEFCON 4 on Mexicans, what the fuck do you think was gonna happen?
Have a rough day.
You go lose deals and you're gonna rough year, yeah, you're gonna the shit is fucked up. If you say I'm gonna go DEFCON 4 in a group of people, whoever they are, it's gonna end up being a fucked up situation. And there's no way around this. And somehow it's being like, oh, DEFCON 3 is really defense, and people create these excuses and nah, that's not how he meant, or this, that, the third, but it's like, yo, it's weird to me how it becomes such a polarizing issue and how it becomes a us versus them. No one wants to see whatever the person identifies with, they will take the side of that person no matter how fucking stupid. I mean, the fact that, LeBron James said, I don't like what Kyrie Irving has said and I don't agree with it. Everyone's now attacking LeBron James where, Kyrie tweeted a documentary that said the Holocaust never really happened and Jews worship the devil and, all types of other weird shit. I personally also have a problem with Amazon still selling this. If it is such a polarizing thing, why is Amazon continuing to sell this movie and make a profit off of it?
I'd like to know their standards for that, though, because I'm sure they saw Mein Kampf. It's like a historical document, though. It's like important, I think, that be available to people just because you know,
it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope. You know what I mean? Kanye's
what's
music is still on Spotify. Like, I mean, it's a slippery
activism
slope
versus history, you know?
I mean, and look, and from what I understand, I mean, I remember me and Daylight were talking about this, and he watched.
Who also got dragged into this.
He got dragged into this. And Kanye started tweeting him. Yeah. I called him up. I'm like, he's like, yo, I'm hot right now. I'm like, yes, you are. You are definitely hot right now. Between this and this other flashback where you were saying how young MA is sexy, you've been going viral recently. But like, we talked about, he actually watched the movie and he doesn't even remember those parts. He said they were kind of sprinkled in different types of ways. But like, I don't think Kyrie even watched it all that closely, because when they started to question him about it, they're bringing up like some of the anti-Semitic stuff, and he's answering them with like, I know what I am, you know, black people in America are the real Jews. No one really has a problem with that. At least I don't, you know what I mean? Most Jews don't have a problem with that. Like, okay, if you think that your group of people are actually the real Jews and we are not, okay, cool. I'm perfectly happy with that.
Yeah, in and of itself, that's not really like a dangerous statement, even though it might be anti-historical, you know? But yeah, let's be real though. I think that documentary, which again, I haven't seen it. I probably should, because I've talked about it so fucking much this month. But I don't think that Kyrie, realistically, you know, it's not exactly like he graduated from Harvard or anything. I'm gonna be real. If I watch that fucking documentary, I bet there's a lot of it that I would not really be able to comprehend, especially just because all this history shit, it's just gonna be using a lot of phrases and terms and just a lot of shit, a lot of jargon that I'm just not familiar with. And it's just so not my wheelhouse that I can imagine myself watching it and kind of not really getting a lot of it and just being like, okay. And I think he watches it, probably doesn't get a lot of it, and is kind of like, well, this seems to be an overall pro-black film, so I'm just kind of riding with it. You know, it's like, I believe very much that he didn't really necessarily understand the worst aspects of the film.